A very good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Kuku Marwach. My name is Chris Miguambo, and you know this show is always run by one Jeff Olombaka, who is not around today. But today the show has to go on, and we're privileged to have one of the contestants in the Blaze, that is Be Your Own Boss show that has always been going on your television. Today we are having one guy called Brian Ogaro, who unfortunately the show came to an end for him last night, but he's here to explain to us how the road has been. Brian Ogaro, welcome to the show, brother.
Thank you very much for having me.
Tell me, being a fourth year and also championing the other side of Be Your Own Boss, how has the race been for you?
The race has been an interesting one, because it's been challenging, at the same time a learning experience. We are given challenges within to complete a task within 48 hours. So that is a very minimum time considering the challenge that we're given. Now the good thing is you have a team that you have to work with, and apparently teamwork makes the dream work. So you have to incorporate all these minds to get up that particular challenge, so as to for you to complete that task. So the fact that we are these 12 amazing contestants being given a chance to showcase what we can be able to do within that particular time is an amazing experience. And
being at KEMU fourth year and also studying bachelor's in science and agriculture, and then the same idea that you took to Blaze. Exactly.
So I've been very passionate about agriculture since I was young. I was raised in an agricultural family, so I would say it's been in me throughout that period. If we also look throughout my studies, throughout high school until to the university, so it's something that I've been passionate about. So if you look at the idea also, it's agricultural related. So plus I do take agriculture in my bachelor's at KEMU. So it's an idea that I've been having. So when the opportunity came for me to showcase my my idea, so I had to take it to the 2 arms, and that's exactly what I did.
And then looking at the whole show, the Blaze BYOB show, being one of the lucky contestants, how did you make it?
It was a grueling task, in the fact that they came last year in June in Meru. So I had to wait until December, and then that's when I received a call. So the period of waiting was really, I had even lost hope, to be honest, because you're given, I auditioned in June, then the call I get it on December. So I'm even surprised, is this thing even on? So it was an on also because you had around 1900 contestants who wanted to come into the show. So the fact that I was among the 12 contestants to be picked, it was a very pleasure for me.
And looking at the judges and everything, when going there, what were you telling the Brian in you?
You've got this, because if you look at the fact that you're chosen among the 12, that means that you have something. So my goal was to show what I have to the judges also, and also to my fellow contestants, what I can be able to offer. So within that short period I was in the show, I believe that I was able to show what I am capable of, even if I didn't show it the maximum, I believe, but at least some part of me did the job.
And balancing this year, being a fourth year, definitely everybody knows you're a very busy guy, and how were you balancing the two?
Fortunately enough, I finished my studies in December, so I was lucky enough that the show was starting in January. So I had some time off for me to concentrate on this show now. So the fact that that time I had made me concentrate fully on the show, rather than concentrating on my studies and also trying to run my business at the same time.
And then when you look at the whole process to come to be who you are today, that the Blaze had you in their show, you've come to meet the judges, you've made friends, you've got just a lot of things running for you. What can you say played the key part to be where you are today?
My upbringing, I would say my upbringing played a very major role in who I am today. It hasn't been easy for me, because I happened to lose my parents at a very young age, and also at the same time I lost what I thought was very important to me, and that's education.
Yeah.
There was a time that I happened to be discontinued from university. So that time, actually, I would say it was my life-changing experience. Because what I thought I had for life, because if you look at the many youths nowadays, they see university education as the ultimate thing.
Yeah.
And that was the case for me back in 2015.
Yeah.
My idea was finish my university education, go look for a job, hustle until I get a job, and then my life continues.
Yeah.
So when I was continued, now that's when my mind flipped, and it was like, this doesn't have to be the situation.
Yeah.
No, I had to think outside the box.
Yeah.
So I had to look for ideas and ways that I can be able to solve the problem.
Yeah.
And fortunately enough, I was able to see the problem that we have nowadays of food, what can be done better of agriculture, what we are doing to our land.
Yeah.
So I had that idea, and now I had to implement it because I didn't have any option at all.
Yeah.
My education had gone, so the only option I had is for me to implement this idea.
Yeah.
And I would say that was my major turning point in life.
Yeah, just having said that you lost your parents, and I'm just trying to get into your shoes, that there is a moment whereby you are being supported by your uncles, and then you've been kicked out of the university.
Yeah.
How was life for you around that time?
Very hard, of course, you can imagine. At that time, I considered myself a failure, because you have people who believe so much in you, and then something as strange as that happens. So, you feel like you have let yourself down and your entire family down.
Yeah.
But now the good thing is that I had very supportive parents, who are my uncle and my aunt. Very supportive. They were able to, pick me up and tell me this is not the end of life. There's so many opportunities out there. Yeah. And that really motivated me in trying to, fulfill my mission that I had in life. And also trying to remind me that I have dreams that I need to be fulfilled. Yeah. So that really helped me out.
Yeah. And then looking at your biography, you have 2 siblings. When you get into the show, do you have a feeling that I'm now standing in for them, I'm fighting for you guys?
Actually, I don't have like biological siblings.
Yeah.
I am the only child of the family. But I have 2 very close cousins of mine, who I call brothers, because my upbringing have revolved around those 2 guys. So we normally call each other brothers, but biologically they are my cousins.
Yeah. And also talking about the whole family situation, what do they consider you right now?
I think they're very proud of me.
Yes.
And the fact that I was able to bounce back from the whole situation that happened.
Yes.
From my past.
Yeah.
And I would say they expect so much of me.
Yeah.
Because they see so much potential in me that I sometimes get afraid of what exactly they see me. So I usually occasionally ask them, what is this exactly that you see in me that you keep pushing me to go for higher heights? Yeah. So it actually also motivates me. The good thing is they show me that this is where you want to improve. Yeah. They point out my mistakes, and that helps me to grow each and every single day. Yeah.
And Brian, when we come back after the break, I would like you to tell me why you call yourself on Twitter that organic guy, and then also you give us the journey of your entrepreneurship. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Brian with us, the contestant in the Blaze Be Your Own Boss show, that unfortunately his opportunity came to an end yesterday, but from the look of things, he still believes that his dreams are valid, and just like he said, to whom much is given, much more is still expected. We're taking a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll be getting straight into the entrepreneurship journey of Brian. Don't go too far. To the Kuku Marwach show, we are hanging out with Brian Ogaro, the Blaze Be Your Own Boss Season 2 contestant with us here. And going to the break, we were just talking about Brian's whole life. And right now, Brian, please tell me why you call yourself that organic guy on Twitter.
Yeah, it's the organic guy on Twitter and Instagram. Yeah. Actually, my social media platforms. Because I looked at it in a unique way that I can be able to leverage, or rather be able to ensure that the organic message is out there.
Yeah.
So the only way I thought that I could do that, be able to separate myself, or rather be able to be intimate with the organic, is to have a name that is related to organic.
Yeah.
So there I settled on the organic guy, because I believe I have some information regarding to organic agriculture, and the fact that I'm also learning in the same footsteps on the field of organic agriculture.
Yeah.
So I thought me branding myself as the organic guy will enable me to stay clear with my vision, in terms of trying to get as much knowledge as possible in terms of organic.
Yeah. And then, Brian, being a young man, we see you've just made a step, and now you are having idea of being man known beyond organic supply in Kenya.
Yeah.
Young people out there are looking at you and saying, how has this journey in entrepreneurship been? How can you tell our viewers the journey so far for you in entrepreneurship?
The journey for entrepreneurship is tough.
Yeah.
That's one thing you must know.
Yeah.
It's tough because there are so many things that you expect to be easy, but they are really not.
Yeah.
And theoretical point of view, they're easy, but when now you come to exactly doing them, it becomes hard. So for example, me starting out, I didn't have any cash. All I had is just an idea. So the good thing is that I have happened to see some motivation, or motivational talks. I've been able to have some particular mentors who have encouraged me to go through this whole journey. So what I did is I didn't have any cash, all I had is just an idea. So I looked for people who I knew would buy this idea. Some friends who I knew that would be able to support me in this idea. So I approached them. I gave them the idea of how organic works and how we can be able to leverage this opportunity. So the good thing is that they bought the idea, and they were very much excited about it, which is very hard to convince someone, because everyone has their own dreams. Everyone wants to have their own empire. So the good thing is that they saw the idea in the organic industry and they bought it. So we didn't have any money, so what we had to do is for us to give out information. So I started writing blogs about organic agriculture. I started telling people in social media about organic agriculture, how they can be able to be involved in the world of organic agriculture, and people were excited about it. So I saw it as an opportunity for me to spread the message on organic agriculture. Now it reached a point where people were like, yes, you're talking about organic agriculture, but how can we get this product? And then that hit me. It's like, I know these guys are right. Yes, I've been talking about this message, but how can these guys get these products? So now that's how the idea of us now starting to sell organic products came into mind. And then now we actually activated the whole process of how we can get these products, how the consumer can get these products at the highest quality possible, and also guarantee that what they are receiving is truly organic. So that's when we went on to talk to farmers who are certified organic farmers, to be able to supply us these organic products, so that we can also be able to sell the organic products to our consumers.
And in line with entrepreneurship, then Blaze comes in. When you are still contesting, because right now the show has come to an end for you, but looking at the mentorship show, what can you say are the top 3 things that you took as Brian out of the show?
Number one, I would say is that connections. I've met some very, very important people who I feel will be able to help me to move into the next level in this my entrepreneurship journey. They're very inspiring people. They are people who have been in the industry before, so they will help me definitely in terms of trying to scale up my idea, in terms of trying to go big, in terms of not looking at Kenya only, but looking out to Africa and the world. So I'll say mentorships have really been a major key for me. And also in terms of partnerships, forming partnerships with all the 12 contestants. Because if you look at the 12 contestants, we have photographers. Those are people you can work with. We have chia farmers. That's a person that you can work with. We have animal people who, feed animals and then they sell the meat, people you can work with, people in the bicycles industry. So all this, I see them as partnerships, future people that I can be able to work with, and that's a plus for me. Before I came to the show, I didn't know I can be able to meet these people and work, closely with them. So that's been has been also a plus for me. And the other thing I can say is it has helped me to also get some capital. Because the whole idea of me coming to the show was to get the 5 million. So I can be able to scale up my business. It didn't turn out that way, but also the 50,000 goes a long way also to support me, in trying also to reach my goal. And also, if you see in the package, you've also been given a business support, which is they help me accelerate my growth as as an organic farmer, and also support the organic system, as a whole. So it's been a very, very plus for me.
And then, Brian, looking at, I personally, from where I'm seated, I like the tagline, be your own boss. And then, being one of the contestants, what can you say were some of the challenges on your road to being your own boss?
It's tough. For my case, I happen to be a group leader. Very early on. We were 6 of us. Now, the problem is, you're meeting 6 individuals who have a clear idea of what they want to do with their life. So when you're discussing for ideas on what you want to do in a particular challenge, everyone has their own ideas on how this thing should be done. So the problem is how you merge all those ideas to be one. If you ignore someone's idea, someone will go ahead and be like, why are you ignoring my idea? Well, how do you think I got here? You think I'm not good enough? So those are some of the dynamics that you had to handle in the show, which was a little bit hard for me. And also, it was my first time being in front of a camera. So I have been in this environment before. So I was very careful on the words that I could use. I was very careful on what I think I could say. And that, I guess, was one of my major challenges. In the fact that you're yourself when there's no camera, but when the camera comes on, now you have to a little bit change who you are and try to fit the description of camera or what people say they want to see on camera. So that was a little bit tough for me, I can say.
And then, Brian, getting into the Blaze season 2, the main aim for everybody in the show is to win the 5 million. Unfortunately, you walk away with 50,000 last night. If you would have won 5 million, what were you planning to do with it?
Definitely a whole bigger dream, because I think organic, it's not just about me having a grocery organic store. This is a big dream. This is a revolution that we are creating in the world of agriculture. Because if you look currently in the world of agriculture and the system that we're using, which is the conventional system, it has amazing disasters if you look at the statistics. So, for example, if you look the IWSTD report that was done back in 2009, it clearly shows that over 2 billion people are malnutrition in the whole world, and over 800 million people are go hungry. And if you look at the flip side of it, over 1.9 billion people are overweight, and the other 600 million people are obese. So clearly there's something wrong with the current system. So as Think Organic, we are trying to change this notion that this is not the way to go, but organic is the way to go. And in the long term, currently, I plan, if I want the 5 million, we understand you go step by step, but at the whole picture, we are trying to revolutionize the agricultural industry. But now the 5 million was a step in the way that it could enable me to open up a physical store, because currently we are online based, and I feel like I'm not connecting with the consumers. The consumers are not getting the real concept behind organic agriculture. Organic agriculture is about love. It's about that farmer who wakes up every single morning, goes to his farm, trying to check each and every single crop that is not been attacked by a pest, that there's no weed, and tries to work with the environment rather than working with, against the environment, which is the current system that we have. So the 5 million will go a long way in supporting organic agriculture and trying to change the whole concept of how we farm currently in this country. So the 5 million would have helped me to expand my online market, and also in terms of trying to get a wider audience, trying to get more varieties of products, and trying to accelerate my service delivery, and also trying to look beyond Nairobi, because we have a whole country to feed. So we needed to expand to Mombasa. So opening up this coastal was among of the top agendas that I had to do with the 5 million.
And then talking about the organic and going countrywide, when you talk about you expanding, or if you've won 5 million, are you in a position to say that you have gone to the ground and talk to the farmers one-on-one?
Yes, we are already doing that. We're already talking to farmers. The good thing is we have institutions that are also spreading the message of organic farming. We are not alone as Think Organic. So the good thing is we have partners who are also involved in this industry. So yes, winning the 5 million will help us expand our horizons in the fact that we will meet different farmers and try to tell them, why are we talking about organic farmers? What does it offer to the farmer? So those are some of the things that we would have gone to the farmers. But we are going to do it even without the 5 million, because this is a journey, and it was one door that was shut. There's so many doors that are going to be open. So those are some of the things that definitely we're going to do, because this is not a Nairobi thing. This is a worldwide thing.
Just like the politicians do say that there's an idea whose time has come.
Exactly.
So moving forward, Brian, when you get into the house, behind your mind, do you have an idea that, what if I'm evicted? Now let's say it happened to you. Back then, what if I'm evicted? Was that in your mind, or you were straight away going for the 5 million?
12 of us, when we enter the house, we're like, this 5 million is mine. Come rain, come sunshine, for better for us. This 5 million is mine. But then, you have to be realistic also. You have to know that you're 12 of us. The chances of you winning the 5 million is 1 out of 12. So someone once said, you have to prepare, you have to expect the best and prepare for the worst. So you have to know that this is a challenge and there's only one winner. So all you have to do is you have to give your best, and also expect the other things, the external things that you can't control also goes your way. So yes, there was an expectation that anything can happen. And the good thing is that you have to be ready for anything. You have to be prepared for anything. So and I was prepared for anything that could happen.
And then Brian, looking at your business idea, what makes you become so passionate about organic farming or organic products?
So organic farming is a revolutionary idea. This is an idea that has been there, but I feel that it has been neglected. People are not talking about it. We are, if you look, there is this misconception that, conception that people have about millennials, that they are impatient. But this is an idea that has been gone through the, after the World War II. If you see that when the agriculture industry was revolutionized in terms of trying to use chemicals, in terms of trying to get things quick and faster so that we can move on. And that's the system that is being practiced nowadays. We want, maize to have 6 cobs so that we can have more profits. We want the maize to grow in 2 months rather than 3 months so that we can have that quick profit. And we are not working with nature, and we are here to coexist with nature. We are not here as human beings to stamp to nature that this is what we want. We have to work together with nature, and that's what makes me excited about organic agriculture. The fact that it doesn't destroy it. Let's say what they call enemies in terms of pests. So if a conventional farmer sees a pest there, go to the shop, buy a chemical and try to spray that pest. He doesn't want to see it. But in organic agriculture, we are seeing ways in how can we work with that particular pest that can be able to benefit. What if it can be a predator to some, let's say, weed? It can come and eat that weed so that I don't have to spend extra cash. So that makes me excited about organic agriculture and the potential that it has.
Yeah.
Because if you look at, even at research, it's saying that if you consider, or if you you review between organic agriculture and conventional, organic agriculture in the ultimate end has more produce than conventional. And that is against the misconception that people has that conventional produces more food than organic agriculture. It's not true. Nutrition wise, people nowadays are suffering from nutrition. As I said earlier, over 2 billion people are suffering from malnutrition. Why? There are only 3 meals that people have. It's either maize, beans, or skuma. And that's what is being grown widely. And there are thousands of species of crops that can be grown so that we can be able to have all the nutrients that we require. Very sad thing for us. Look at the environment. Organic agriculture has solutions for all these problems that we're facing. And that gets me excited because as now an organic agronomist, I have an opportunity to change the world. Not in terms of only food, but in terms of how people are living, how my other environment in terms of world things are, we are coexisting with each other. That makes me excited about organic. So it's not about food, it's about the world. Us trying to work together with the world and bringing the goodness that the world is supposed to have into fruition.
And Brian, like we had talked earlier, you said back in campus you had a breakdown with the campus and then you bounced back. That's the person your family is celebrating today. And then again, you went into the house, the Blaze, Be Your Own Boss season 2. You bounced back, and most definitely inside the game there are challenges, but at least you made it to where you are today. And then looking at now, you're going into the world, or you've been to the world, the Think Organic Company Kenya. There's some places, or sometimes you hit your low. How do you maintain your level?
I think you have to have a mentor. These people help so much. Because on my field, I happen to have a mentor who is very, very close to me, who has helped me, who has guided me. Because in our field, there's that notion that you are young. You don't understand these things. We've been in this field before. We know what it takes. So what are you coming to tell us that we don't know? So you have to have that mentor who gives you advice and also who shows which steps to take, because it can be very lonely out there as an entrepreneur. So you have to have this guy. In my field, I have the guy called Peter Mukaya. He is the chairman of the Organic Alliance Association. So this guy helped me, shows me this is the step to take, this is not the step to take, and that really boosts me up, gives you some morale to continue on with this message. So mentor is very, very important, and also you have to be passionate about what you do, because it's very easy to just throw it out, throw it away, because you're like, anyway, there's so many things I can do. So I can go get a job and just relax, and I continue in life. So it's very easy to get out of track without you having the passion. You have to feel your field so that when even you talk about it, you get excited. People also buy into the idea that you're trying to sell. So passion is also very, very important.
And then running the Think Organic Company, what are the challenges you can tell us you faced so far?
There's monetary issues. Because to run in any business, you have to have money. Yes, I get the whole point that you just start and the money will come. It happens a lot. But for my case, I didn't have the cash to start the whole business. So I had to rely on my savings. The small cash that I get, I had to save it. In the fact that I knew if I get this cash, this is what I'm going to do. If I get this cash, I'm going to open a website. I'm going to pay someone to improve my website. So that is how it helped me to grow. Monetary was an issue, and also trying to get people to help me this out, because you're trying to find someone. Hauna pesa za kulipa mtu. So you're trying to convince this guy like, hey, I have this idea. For now, mimi sina pesa, but if it works out, tutapata pesa. So like convincing this guy he saves his own time akuja to join, it's really difficult. Yeah. So trying to get those people who can help you through this mission has been difficult for me, considering agriculture to the youth is not that popular.
True.
Yeah, it's not art, it's not music. So plus haina hiyo popularity. Unajua nowadays you want to get famous. Agriculture really to make you famous, it's not easy.
Yeah.
So people want this quick stuff, want to be famous quick, want to release this music. But in agriculture there's also that challenge that people don't recognize it as something that can be able to push you higher into higher limits.
Yeah. And then Brian, apart from organic farming, what other business you'll do if it wasn't for organic, or what can you add to organic farming, the business itself?
The business, I said, is an empire. It's not about selling organic products. It's about empowering farmers. It's about trying to connect Kenya to the world in terms of importing and exporting organic food products. It's about branding the organic sector in terms of trying to sell the merchandise. But I'm also too much into sports. I like sports, especially football. So if all things go well, I see myself in the sports industry also. And also real estate is also a good venture to get into. So these are some of the things that have future plans for. If all goes well, not if all goes well. In the future, those are some of the plans that I have.
And then talking about being a football fan, which club do you support in England?
It has to be Manchester United.
Everybody
is a Manchester United supporter.
You've saved me my second question. I thought you were supporting Arsenal, but this is the question: how long will an idea? How long should someone give up with an idea of doing something in business?
If an idea that you're passionate about, you have to die with it. Or else that you're not passionate about the idea, or you don't even mind about the idea. For my case, think organic is an idea that I have to die with. It's either it works or it works. There's no any other option. And also, you have to, let's say, times changes. But I get it. You have to also change for the times. You have to find ways that you can be able to adapt to those changes. Yes, anything can happen. But for me, especially in Think Organic, I feel like I have invested so much time with it and so much energy into it. So giving up is not an option. I believe even if I get to die with the idea, the idea also won't die because I happen to have people who believe in the idea also. So even if I die, I feel like it will also continue because there are amazing people who support the idea.
And then Brian, when we are almost coming to an end, what can you tell a young man or anyone out there who would like to start doing business like you are doing right now?
In business, you have to decide. You have to decide that hey, I want to get to music. You can say I want to do music, I want to be a footballer, and I also want to do law. It doesn't work like that. Look at the richest people in the world. You have to concentrate on one thing, and also you have to have other diverse areas in which you can have income. So first of all, you have to decide on what exactly do you want. After deciding, go do your research. In this industry that I'm getting to, who are the people in this industry? Who are these people that can help me propel me to the next level? So do your research, know your industry very well, and also try to get mentors who can help you elevate your idea or give you ideas on what you can do that can help you move to the next level. And number 3, be passionate about your idea. Things are going to get tough. You're going to go hungry. You're going to be broke. Your closest friends wouldn't necessarily support you. So if you're not passionate about it, if it's not something that you feel that you have to do, then it's going to be hard for you to be able to fulfill what exactly you want. And then number 4, never give up.
True.
On what you're trying to do. You have to make sure that you accomplish what you've started. Because if you give up, there are families who will have benefited from your idea. There are people who would have made their livelihood from the whole idea. So if you give, try to look at it at large scale. The whole universe would have needed your idea. So if you give up, there are so many repercussions that are going to come from you giving up, and also to yourself. So take those 4 points in mind, and also, work as hard as much as possible. Try to see ways in which you can have partnerships, engage different people, and also be open-minded about the whole idea. And I'm sure success will be on your way.
And then Brian, getting into Blaze Beyond Boss Season 2, you had the idea of walking away with 5 million. Unfortunately, last night you walked away with 50,000. What next for the 50,000?
For now, I have so many channels that I can use the whole cash. But for now, it's about improving the website. I feel like I need to add more varieties of what I'm offering online in terms of vegetables and fruits, and also some processed products. So it will help boost me, improve my website, and also my delivery options. Because right now we are really short of delivering different products. The speed that we are going with, I don't feel it. I don't like the speed that we are delivering this product. So it will also help me improve my delivery and also my online platform, move it to a next level.
Thank you so much, Brian.
Thank you very much.
I'm much motivated. I've been inspired. You are going places, man.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
And also to our viewers, every Tuesday we have a Twitter conversation. It's the hashtag is Organic Tuesday KE. So we pick different topics depending on what exactly we want to discuss on particular topic. On what topic is requested most. So every Tuesday from 9 a.m. we go on Twitter, we discuss different topics, we see what we can be able to do to improve our organic sector. So you can always join if you want. Not if you want, you have to learn about organic agriculture because it's the future. That's where we added to. And also you can follow me in my social media platforms, The Organic Guy, Instagram and Twitter, and even on Facebook.
Thank you so much, Brian. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. He calls himself The Organic Guy on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. You can follow him every time and also keep up to date with anything that is arising in the organic field. Ladies and gentlemen, that's bring us to the end of Kuku Marwatch today. My name is Chris Migwambo.